Guys, in five, four, three, two, one. Go.
What up, everybody? It's your host, Larry the Bearded Wonder. With me, as always, is my sidekick, Eddie Magic Head V.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to World 11 Podcast.
And joining us finally on the show proper, our new partner in crime, we have with us Corey in HD, Derek.
Hey guys, good to be here. I'm sorry if I sound a little tired. I was like working all day and I was driving home and I was trying to hurry here and I sent Ed that emoji with the spinny eyes. I'm like, this is me right now driving home. But I'm here.
I know that feeling.
Oh, Lord. So, this is the first right proper episode that you guys are going to be able to find actual video for up on the YouTube channel. Search for NGR Radio on YouTube, and you'll find us there. So if you're listening to the audio show, as I suspect most of you are, because that's where we've been putting everything up till now. But a lot of that comes thanks to Corey and a lot of the shit that's been being worked on in the background for the last several weeks. So, jumping straight into it, the fuck has everybody been playing? Because holy shit, it feels like forever since we've had just a normal show.
We had a normal show last week.
Maybe my week's just been insane, and I don't remember anything. Shut up.
We do this most Sundays.
Yeah, but the last 2 months has been so packed with other guests and everything.
Well, you don't want to pack all the shows with guests.
Oh, I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying I feel like out of my fucking groove now. I got to take myself out of interview mode and go back to being a general asshole again.
Oh man,
Corey,
I no longer have to be civilized.
See, there's so many things been going on the last week. I just feel like, I got another podcast in 5 minutes. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Literally earlier this week, we were recording NGR Radio, and we were in the chat because we were using Google Hangouts because we use that for NGR Radio until everybody can figure out this Skype stuff so I can do it the proper way.
Why is Skype hard to figure out?
I don't know. Don't ask me. I just work here, Larry.
You're the boss.
That's what I say when I don't want to comment on anything. I just work here.
Oh wow!
Don't bother me.
Wow.
But we were recording, and I was in the chat. I was like, when are we recording? Nerds Gone Platinum, and Moose messages me. He's like, in 15 minutes. Okay. And it's just this abrupt ending to our conversation we were having, and she started playing the game we play at the end of NGR Radio, which is 20 questions. So it was crazy. But yeah, this week's been so crazy. It's just, oh man, it's been one of the busiest weeks of my life, and I have no idea why. And it has nothing to do with us recording shows or anything. It's just what is happening this week. So I agree with you. But I guess I've been playing Zelda's DLC, and that's really good because it's more Zelda. I found Majora's Mask, and I'm just wearing it so nobody will fight me. And it's really good. I'm trying to track down all the extra armor and stuff that they put into this DLC, and then I'm going to try the Trials of the Sword at some point. I'm going to try it. I tried it right when it came out, and I'm like, no, I'm not ready for this. It's been a while since I played Zelda, so that's what I've been playing. And I've been rekindling my love for 3DS. Been trying to play Fire Emblem Echoes and Mario and Luigi Dream Team are the two games.
Okay.
Weird. I've never played a Mario and Luigi game. This is my first one. So,
wow.
Everybody says they're real good, except for Dream Team, which is okay, they said. So I'm like, I'll start with the okay one and work backwards, I guess. And I like it. It's cool. I like it. So
It's sound logic because then it can only get better from there.
right. That was my logic. I'm like, well, I could start with Bowser's Inside Story where everybody says that's the best. But I'm going to start with the one that everybody says is, quote, bad. I like it. So that means I'm going to love the rest, right? That's
Exactly.
what that means?
That or you're going to end up with questionable taste like Eddie.
What you mean questionable taste? Just because you stick to Metroid don't mean I got questionable taste.
This is the man that orders grilled chicken from Chick-fil-A and decides he doesn't
You
like
order
Chick-fil-A.
1885, Eddie.
1885? Even you got the title of the game wrong.
It's because it was that important.
For you to get one number off as a host?
Yeah, on principle.
That's a shame.
I would they do a sequel to that game though, like a proper we're just gonna rip off Gears of War sequel because that world was really interesting. But
Yep.
the game itself sucked, but the world and the characters were super interesting, and the way they approached alternate history was just like, this is cool, but your game sucks.
But then Sony has to find a new developer, and
That's fine.
I wonder
That's fine.
what would they give it to Sucker Punch? That'd be interesting.
You're assuming Sucker Punch has time.
I mean, who else does third person shooters besides like
Guerrilla, Insomniac.
Guerrilla won't do it because they're probably doing Horizon sequel.
Well, they're doing the DLC. I mean, the only second party that Sony has free right now is Sucker Punch because they don't have a game out yet. They haven't announced anything, so they're the only ones that's free to do anything at this moment.
They could just bring it in-house.
Yeah.
Well, Sucker
Or they
Punch
could farm it out completely.
No, Sucker Punch is Sony. That is in-house.
Well, then it's first party, not second party.
If Sony owns Sucker Punch, it's first party. Fact.
This is why Eddie doesn't get invited to the parties because he doesn't know which party he's going.
Well, no, because retro. No, because when they talk about retro as a second party company for some reason.
Right, it's because it was an outside company that got bought by them, and they didn't get absorbed by them. They're still Retro Studios. They just happen to be owned by Nintendo.
Nintendo,
and
that's kind of
being done in-house, which would be first party.
Right, because Naughty Dog is second party because they used to be their own company. Because they used to have games out on the Sega Genesis. And then Sony ended up buying them. But, because Sucker Punch Sucker Punch might still be second party because I wonder if they actually made some games before Sony brought them or created them. Because I don't know the hit, because, Crash Bandicoot used to be a first party game from Sony. But that ended up getting...
that was third party. That was Naughty Dog.
Crash, the remake. Are you talking about the remake?
No, I'm talking about the original Crash from the first game.
The original one. The original one where Naughty Dog wasn't owned by Sony when they created Crash. They just had a contract, and they bought Naughty Dog after whatever that second Crash game was.
Crash
I don't know.
2.
I don't have any affinity for PS1, so I don't know anything about Crash. But let's see. Okay. Sony first party studios, Guerrilla Games, 989, Zipper, which is closed, Evolution, which is closed, Big verge of closing, Media Molecule, Sucker Punch, Guerrilla Cambridge, closed, Liverpool, Polyphony, and then they have a couple side studios, Northwest Studios, Studio Japan, and Forward Works, which is a support studio.
Well, it's not going to be 989 because pretty much all they do is fucking sports.
Well, all they have is MLB.
Well, they're closed too. 989's closed too.
Yeah.
And Santa Monica is on here as well. Sony Santa Monica, Sony San Diego. And Bend. Wow, they have a lot of studios.
I mean, a lot of them get referred to as second party because I think when they say
this specifically says Sony first party studios.
Okay, yeah. I mean that sometimes when we have discussions and stuff, I call them second party because there are some games that's come out like Sony Computer Entertainment and then like developed by Sony Computer Entertainment, and that's like first party. Like how Nintendo is, they'll be like, this game is developed by Nintendo and published by Nintendo.
Yeah, if it's developed by Nintendo and published, then you're dealing with first party.
That's first party. I think I think I see second party as it's owned by that company, but the name is not it's not developed by Nintendo or something. It's developed by one of their other studios. So that's what I'll talk about.
That's what second party is.
Right. So that's why I say Sucker Punch, but now, Corey just said it was first party with Sucker Punch.
Yeah, Insomniac is probably the perfect example of a Sony second party studio where they're independent, but they get exclusive contracts with Sony for like Ratchet and Clank and Insomniac was a second party to Microsoft with Sunset Overdrive, and you look at
EA with Fuse.
Well, that would just be third party then, because the reason why they use second party is because form developer, where EA already develops third party games. So Insomniac really just used EA as a publisher as a third party game. So basically, second party is like if Sony goes out and gets a third party developer to do an exclusive game, then they become a second party because the game is exclusive.
Right, because Platinum would be like almost somewhat second party.
Right, to Nintendo with Bayonetta. You're like, Platinum would be Nintendo's second party studio for Bayonetta because they published it.
Right.
Bayonetta 2, I should say.
And then Activision would be like third party, I guess, still, because of Transformers and the Ninja Turtles. But they're owned by Sega, though, isn't it? Or just Sega's just their publisher?
Sega just does a lot of publishing for them. I don't think they're owned by Sega.
Okay. No, that's right, because Platinum is not owned by anybody.
Platinum's technically an independent studio. They just their pedigree allows them to publishers on board to publish their games. Right. I think Sega owns a few of the IP that Platinum works on. Like I think Sega owns Vanquish.
Yeah.
So, that's Platinum Games is a independent studio.
Right. Because Ready at Dawn is that independent also?
Yeah. I'm surprised. Like after those God of War PSP games, Sony didn't try to buy them, but then they put out the order, and we're like, oh, good thing. See ya. I feel bad for that game though. For some reason, like I still think that there's a good game in there somewhere. They just didn't finish it. I think there has to be a story behind that game. I think someone got their hands into it. It was changing development. Was changing things around. There got to be some drama behind that, like a soap opera drama. Yeah,
no, there doesn't. Sometimes bad game is just a bad game.
I also think that Sony wanted. This was before the era where Sony realized that the PS4 could survive on third-party games, and they felt like they needed to get an exclusive out there just to say, "Look, we finally have an exclusive out." And then, it turned out to be a bad game, and then a month later, it was super overshadowed by Bloodborne. So,
Yeah. I mean, I think it was one of those bad marketing for a new IP. The perception of the game is that you're fighting werewolves, but you don't fight really that many. Like, you only fight 3 throughout the whole game, 3 or 4 of them throughout the whole game, and then it's a cover-based shooter. So they didn't deliver that message on that.
Plus
bad marketing doesn't help, but it doesn't make it a not bad game.
The one thing that really bothered me about that game too was like, I know they were going for like a cinematic feel and everything, but like they still had the letterboxing around the whole game during the whole game. And like when you're in third person and you're in a cover, and like I remember this one part where I was in cover and there was somebody shooting me from the rooftop, and I could not aim and hit the guy on the rooftop because the letterboxing was in the way.
Right.
Like, that's just taking away screen real estate. I have this big TV. I don't need black bars covering up half the game because I'm trying to play. I just want to shoot the guy on the rooftop that's shooting me. Get out of my way.
Those are not black bars. That is not politically correct. Those are bars of color.
They're black bars. I mean, I understand the movie feel that they were trying to go for, but they should have been able to switch it from widescreen to full screen, like widescreen movie style for the cinematics, full screen for the action and walking around.
Or here's a better idea for all developers listening: stop making cinematic games, make video game games.
They're not going to do that.
If I want
here's
something
another
cinematic, I'll go to the goddamn movies.
Well,
Here's
they
another-
watch a
Here's
movie.
another thing. Save your cinematics for the cutscenes, and like to the next developer who's going to make a third-person cover shooter, please rip off Gears of War, and if like add a mechanic or two to make it different, like Mass Effect Andromeda's boost system, like I think works really well. Even though I'm getting further and further into that game, and it's just like I can see where the problems are really starting to seep in here, but like, you know, that rip off Gears of War and add a cool mechanic like the boost. Just do it. It's the best way to rip something off. So just do it. Just do it.
Okay, so what if they ripped it off and they made a cover shooter style game, you know, full blown a la Gears of War, except it's a fucking love story. It's a fucking playable romance novel with a cover system.
That sounds terrible.
It
Larry,
probably is terrible.
You're fired.
right.
That comment requires you
But
to
what if
shave
the
your beard.
gameplay is great? What if the gameplay itself is phenomenal? Did
What are
it
you
better than
supposed to
Gears?
shoot
Did it
at?
better than all the rest? I don't know. Horrible X's?
Okay. You win.
No, that's failure. That's not a win. That's failure. That's CDI failure.
Ah, man. I don't even...
Remaking Night Trap, and it's going to be a Gears of War clone.
Oh my goodness! Please do not do that. Someone's going to
So they
Photoshop
are
that.
re-releasing Night Trap.
They already did.
Yep.
So what's the melee mechanic like? Is there like an execution style thing in Night Trap 2 that rips off Gears of War, but instead of like blowing somebody's head off with a sniper rifle like a golf club, you just smother them with a pillow, or like, I don't know, wrap the nightgown around their neck?
Wait, is the whole game going to be FMV or graphics like Until Dawn? That's what I want to know.
Oh no, we need a full-blown cover shooter, but it's all in FMV. It's got to be like super low res and grainy as shit too.
This is the worst idea
But it's
ever.
got CD audio.
Dude, this is the worst thing I think I've ever heard of since I bought a Sega CD that was on Genesis and played Sewer Shark. And I thought I was just bad at games.
And
then I
yet you
played
don't
Sewer
know
Shark
the
and
whole
realized-
library of the 3 Duo?
Oh, hey, you know what? Demolition Man for 3DO was awesome. I don't care what anybody says.
Okay.
Anything related to Demolition Man is awesome, though.
That's true. Demolition Man is like one of those. I feel like it's super underrated. Everybody's obsessed with Alien and Predator and like all these cool action movies. Come on, Demolition Man is awesome.
Oh yeah, it is.
Just
You're-
saying. I'm just saying.
How does anybody fucking
Wesley
hate
Snipes
Demolition
was at
Man?
the height of his career with Blade. Sylvester Stallone was coming off Rocky and you know trying to find his way through the action scene, and it's just like, come on, Demolition Man's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Demolition Man is probably one of the last pre-seizure movies that Stallone had before he just had, you know, like 50% facial paralysis.
I've never watched
I
it.
imagine
and
whenever
don't plan
he's
on
in
watching
public,
that movie.
he's-
No, Ed, you need to watch.
No.
We're watching Demolition Man when you come up here. Just saying, we're gonna watch it. We're gonna do a movie.
Get all three of you over next month where we're doing Demolition Man.
Yes.
We can watch it in 3D.
Oh, jeez.
No.
That's too far.
No.
That's too far.
Corey, anything?
I might as well just play Virtual Boy.
Oh, my goodness. Corey, anything else you've been playing?
No. Just been working too much. I mean, I just got done with a long work weekend, and it was kind of nice because yesterday I got off at right at 5:00, and I came home and started writing, and it was just like, this is the first time I actually got to sit down and write in probably, I don't know, how long do you think it's been, Ed? 6 months since
exactly,
I've written anything.
6 to 8 months.
Yeah, I think the last thing I wrote was the Rise of the Tomb Raider review when it came out on PS4.
Dang.
So that tells you a lot. But no, basically just a bunch of Switch stuff. Oh, I've been playing Mighty Gunvolt Burst on Switch, which is I've been playing as Beck from Mighty Number 9, and that's totally the game Mighty Number 9 should have just been. They should have just done that. It's so good. It feels like a natural evolution of Mega Man, but I don't know, it feels better. There's so much customization. There's a lot of light Metroid-y elements to it, where you find things to upgrade your weapons and stuff, and the levels are non-linear, and you can go explore these levels without having to just go right or down the whole time. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of cool that way too. It's $10 on Switch, and I think it's also on 3DS.
Yeah, it is.
I highly recommend checking it out. It's really good. It's really, really good. So, and it's just hard enough to mess with your mind and make you think you're not good enough. But then you're like, oh, well, I should have just jumped on this platform to the left instead of jumped on the one to the right. And you're like, I got it. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm really bad at video games. So,
You're good. You're decent.
Yeah.
Eddie, the hell have you been playing?
So I've been playing Mass Effect Andromeda on Xbox One. I'm a little bit further. I think I'm halfway through the game. I think I got a few more planets to explore, some more side quests to do. Kind of getting the hang of it. It was kind of
You've
weird.
only got you're almost all the way through the game, and you're just now kind of getting the hang of it.
No, because the thing about it is there are some parts that because you have to do a lot of mining to craft stuff. And because there's so many elements that's in the game that you completely forget about doing the research and development. And since the game doesn't really teach you all about that, you're just like, oh, I got all this stuff to do. I got blueprints and stuff to turn in. I'm like, oh, I got to make sure that I go back to my ship and check in with stuff. Or I got to talk to this person. I got to check this email and stuff. And most of the time, I'm just like, I just want to do side missions. I'm so busy jumping around everything. And then there are sometimes they said this mission's on hold. So my mind be focusing on missions and stuff, and I completely forget all the other stuff, about my, ship and everything to be checking and characters to talk to and everything. And sometimes I even forget to switch up my, team members that's supposed to be with me. So I'm just like, oh, so I kind of get in the hang of it of managing things in that game. So
you managed to make Mass Effect Andromeda sound like work instead of fun.
It pretty much is a whole bunch of work. When you have to trust me, when you have a side mission that has you hop in the 4 planets, and
I'm just thinking it sounds more like an office job. I've got to check emails, talk to my team, do some research, send out this TPS report. Don't forget the cover sheet in triplicate. And then, some asshole alien in the cubicle down the hall screaming, I believe you have my stapler.
And there's some side missions that you get, but you can't finish it because it's on hold till later on in the game. So it's just like, oh, okay. So you give me a mission that I can't do to almost 6 hours within the game.
Is there an HR department in this game that I can file sexual harassment complaints against Susan, that bitch?
Yes, actually there is.
Sort of. Yeah, actually there is. The Solarian.
It's definitely worked. Why the fuck does anybody play this? It's worked now.
Yeah.
We found the real problem with Andromeda.
I'm about to start Gears of War 4 because I'm going to be having a discussion about that game in the coming weeks. For PlayStation 4, I picked up some games that was on sale. Like it was a double sale, like games were like 70 to 80% off. And I picked this one up called Stories: The Path to Destinies. It's a mix of top-down action with DMC kind of action style, where it's a choose your own adventure of 5 levels. And there's 26 endings to this game. So every time you do all 5 levels, it takes you back to the beginning, and you keep all your stuff and you just keep doing it till you unlock everything. It is definitely a game for the Nintendo Switch. Like, this game, I only paid like $4 for it, and it's one of the most funnest games that I've been playing on PlayStation 4. And I'm just like, I can't get enough of this. Like, you could probably beat the game for the first time within 30 minutes. And that's how long each playthrough, and it gets easier and easier, when they teach you everything and you find out what's going on with the story in different paths and stuff. And there's a lot of narration, cause it's like a storybook. And it's such a fun game. I was telling Corey that this game needs to be on Nintendo Switch. I even sent the thing to the developers on Twitter. I was just like, if you guys are still around, cause I don't know y'all defunct or anything, this game needs to be on Nintendo Switch. Like, it is super, super fun. Star Oceans, I'm been working on that too. I've been playing The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Dragon Quest VIII for 3DS also. I've been playing. So that's what I've been up to with my gaming.
Eddie, I'm not going to lie. I couldn't focus on any of that because the whole time I can see it in the background in your room there. It looks like you have a Rob the Robot toy made out of a Popeye's chicken box with like sauce cups jammed into the front for the eyes.
Oh my goodness. That's the Legend of Zelda box that you got me, Corey, for Christmas.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
That's what it looks like from here though, doesn't it?
Yeah, I actually looked around and like, oh my goodness, it does.
Oh. That's funny.
Actually, it looks like not Rob the Robot. What was that movie with that robot that was moving?
Oh, you're thinking of Short Circuit.
Short Circuit, yeah.
Oh, jeez, that movie.
Oh, shut up! That's a great movie.
Is it though?
95 is alive, motherfucker.
Is it though, Larry?
Yes, I can happily rewatch that movie and still say yes, this is a good movie.
Yeah. And also, Tuesday, I'm picking up Final Fantasy 12, the Zodiac Age. Can't wait for that. And I think only Target and Best Buy and maybe GameStop is carrying it. There's some stores that's not carrying it.
Well, Amazon has the Steelbook edition for $10 more. I kind of want to go that route and get it because I like that Steelbook. Gotta love Steelbooks.
Yeah, Nintendo, we love Steelbooks. You fuckers, bring it to the States.
Yes, you.
But then they don't match because they're always like
shit.
They're always like this much taller than the rest, and they always have that plastic sleeve, and it's always cracked on the edge, and it's just like,
right.
Steelbooks, man. I have my Destiny and my Halo 5 Steelbooks, and they're just like, no.
Yeah,
I'm done with Steel.
Yeah. Also, I got my Nintendo Switch on layaway, so I'm working on that.
Yeah, so when do you get to play it?
Well, shoot, by the time I buy the system, I gotta start buying games. By the time that happens, I'll be in a certain area with a certain boss.
Oh man, dude. Oh, Ed. Speaking of, I think Joey might come stand in line with us for the Super Nintendo.
Yes.
It's gonna be a party.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a party, Larry. The second party.
That should is he gonna wear the hat?
I don't know. I doubt it. He might. I'm going to convince him.
Yeah. Like I said, we got to be there at 8:00 in advance early.
8. Oh man, we're going at like 6.
Ooh.
It'll be awesome. Actually, I'm just gonna pick you up and we're gonna go straight there.
Dude, it's gonna be 3:00 in the morning by the time you get me.
Yeah, well,
That's the point.
Oh, you hush, because you fell
bring
asleep.
a tent, you bring some campfire chairs, and you hang out all night.
We black,
you make a party.
us black people need our sleep.
yeah, I'm definitely gonna be taking a nap before I come get you. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. All right, Larry. And what you been playing?
With
Let
the
me
very
rephrase
little
that.
time that I've had.
What can you remember of what you've been playing?
No, I can remember what I've been playing because it hasn't been much because it's been stupid busy in my world over here. I'm almost done with Cave Story. I've been taking way longer with it than I should have, but I'm pushing for best ending this time, and the boss rush at the end is complete bullshit. It's still great though. I still love it. It's not even horrifically unfair. It's just that I'm rusty as shit. Also, we cracked out some Mario Kart 8 Deluxe a couple nights ago. Just a dash of Prime because I was loaning some stuff to a friend of mine. I'm like, here, you should check this out. The hell else did we play? We played ARMS. I've been playing ARMS sporadically in between other stuff because ARMS is fucking awesome.
It seems that a lot of people been getting into it, like really learning the game. So
I haven't gotten to go that deep with it, but every time I turn it on and I play it for like 20 minutes, and it makes me giggle.
yeah, they actually they had the Nintendo Play at Navy Pier in Chicago today.
Yep.
But because I had to work, I couldn't go. So,
boo.
Yeah, I know. We're about to, the train runs different on Sundays in my area. So by the time I would have got there, Nintendo would have been over with. By the time I would have got there, because I think they shut it down at 5, and my train leaving from where I'm at would have left at 4:00 in the afternoon. So.
But yeah, it's been a short list for me this week. Lord, what were we? Oh yeah, I know what we were gonna fucking talk about. They put it off from a week or two ago. We started touching on last week the Alex Mauer mess on YouTube, and it seems to have stopped for the most part. But the fact that this thing was allowed to happen is indicative of a huge just failing of the system of YouTube. So for anyone that doesn't know and hasn't been keeping up, Alex Mauer was a composer for a fairly innocuous looking, I saw it, I went, I'd play that. But just a little horizontal shooter called Star Mazer DST. And game came out, and apparently Alex had a problem with the company that made the game that she had a contract with, and started issuing takedown, like copyright, not just, copyright notices saying that she wanted to monetize the videos of people on YouTube that were playing it, but full-blown takedown strikes. And then when people were filing, to have it rejected, then Alex, instead of saying, yes, your claim's legit, I don't actually own it, all this shit, Alex turns around and says, no, you should go, complain to the company that made the game because I have a problem with them. And that's just...
Well,
Horseshit.
Well, this is Immigo Software and Marver had a contract for hire. And the contract that she signed was to make music for Star Mazer DSP, and that Immigo's Software will own all the music. So,
exactly
during the process, Immigo Software paid her up to $36,500. And at one point, there was some health issues on Mora's side. So, they kind of settled, made a decision, and even Immigo Software paid her a little bit more, like compensated her a little bit more than what it was. So, she felt like that they owed her $10,000 more. Well, the contract said it only for $40,000. So, what ends up happening is that, like Larry said, Mora starts doing DMCAs for YouTubers, but first she started off with Val. And so Val took the game down, but Immigo Software showed that she did not own it, that they owned it. So Val got that back up. Mora goes onto Bandcamp and puts her music on, which is I think about like 13, 14 some tracks. She puts it on Bandcamp for $1,000. Immigo Software has Bandcamp take it down because A, she doesn't own the music. B, that's still a breach of contract on her. Later on, when it comes to the YouTube stuff, and she started hitting all YouTubers, she starts blackmailing them and using it for extortion. And she actually wrote this, telling them that if you guys want your channel back, I will release a claim if you complain to Immigo Softwares. Now, Immigo's. The problem with that is that, okay, so when you do a copyright claim on YouTube, it's automatic. A person is not doing it to review it. They just accept what the copyright claim is and then let everybody else figure it out. Because Mora doesn't...
YouTube's policy is guilty until proven innocent.
And, the thing about it is that a week later, a few days later, after all of this stuff happened, actual people at YouTube start looking into the matter. Leonard French, who is a copyright lawyer, Immigo's hired him, and they get a GoFundMe account, and it's very huge. So right now, at this point, she has been served, and the DMCAs are getting taken down. They're kind of finding out that she doesn't own it. At one point throughout this whole thing, it seems that she was supposed to get help, but it says it's very weird. She said her family put her in because her ex-wife is not talking to her. So, and her ex-wife or family called the police, and the police escorted her or somehow put her into to go get some help. She was talking to Sid Alpha, who was a YouTuber, and was even trying to DMCA interview that she did with him. There was at one point Jim Sterling got not involved, but was hit with it also. So just I know Total Biscuit's been working with people to get things fixed with all of that. The problem with everything is that this is on the level of almost Gamergate in a sense, because of all the death threats, and somehow her birth certificate got posted with her address and numbers and all that other stuff. So she started getting death threats and everything. So, but it got to the point where when she started extorting people to have them complain to Immigo Software, what was they supposed to do? Was they supposed to go tell them to pay her so they could get their channel for free? No, they were all mad at her. And then Alice Moore was just wondering why everybody is mad. So because of that, she kept the DMCAs on them.
The real shame here, and the bigger problem that should be talked about is, holy shit, we as an online community, as gamers, are generally pretty fucking awful people. No, I'm serious. Like, even Sterling had to post a follow-up saying, you know, I told you guys don't do this thing, and then you did the thing. Don't do this. You know, seriously. When they
there was one point one person was with Total Biscuit and they thought that was Alex Moore and it wasn't her, or it wasn't that person, and that person was getting death threats and stuff, and it was just like, no, that's not Alex Moore and stuff. The big problem with it is YouTube also. You know, there are one of the
YouTube's a big problem.
There's one of the factors that definitely with the policy changes, people now doing Patreon to monetize off of it. It feels like YouTube is definitely in the wrong, and hopefully this sheds some light that YouTube needs to change this. If there's another video service that comes up and that's available, because I think Vimeo is one. Oh, Vimeo. I don't know how that system works, but if that becomes like better than YouTube, I feel like people are going to leave YouTube and go there. I don't know how that service stuff works, but YouTube is.
I think you've got a problem with the fact that YouTube is so ubiquitous.
Well, the thing about it is that if this is going to be allowed for content creators to just do this, like more and stuff, like I don't even think she is a content creator. I think she just had a YouTube page. There's going to be some problems that, you know, if this happens, YouTube, someone needs to be informed that this is going on, and then they just start a program of people like monitoring YouTube channels and stuff.
Oh, for monetization on YouTube? Yeah. They've made some changes to that in the last couple of months.
Well, not getting the money. Wasn't it like you could become a admin or something like that, and to check stuff? Weren't they like?
That I've seen.
Yeah, it's something like that where like you could check channels and stuff, and like someone be an admin, and when you get to a certain point in it, you could become like higher up in the level. To check things and stuff. It's just weird that all of this stuff was happening is being reported definitely on YouTube, and no one at Google or YouTube is checking this.
Yeah, I haven't seen that on YouTube, but I'll tell you what I have seen. You know what I've seen, Eddie? I have seen this controller grip for the Switch, and without the Joy-Cons in it, you know what? It looks like a fucking toy spaceship, and it makes me happy.
That's a shame. That is literally a shame.
Corey, go look at yours. Take the Joy-Cons out of it and look at it by itself. It looks like a fucking toy spaceship.
Oh, man. Sounds like you're going to have fun with, what's that game Ubisoft is doing? Starlink?
Yes. Yeah. We've talked, I'm fucking super excited for that. It looks really cool. I want to play the fuck out of it. And I want the toy spaceships, damn it. I don't care. I want to play with the little toy spaceships. Shut up.
I don't even think they have a release date for that yet.
No, they don't. I just know that I want it and it looks cool. Oh, so here's the thing I haven't played. Well, I've played it, but not anywhere recently. But I came across a copy today for the first time in a very long time. One of my favorite PC games. Found a copy of the Neverhood finally. Was so happy. So bloody excited. I know we've talked about Armacrog on the show before. The Neverhood was the original. Armacrog was the spiritual successor to Neverhood. Old school PC point and click claymation, weird humor, strange music, you know, all at the height of the PC point and click adventure craze in the 90s. It's so good. I was so excited to find a copy in the box with the manual. I'm like, oh my god, yes!
Nice.
So I got super hyped about that shit.
That's nice.
That was my find for the day.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Don't haterade.
I'm not hating.
I'm not hating.
I freely admit it. I'm like a great big child when I find things that make me happy.
Yeah, Corey,
Oh, man.
Corey's in the message and you're just like, Arsenal C. I'm like, Arsenal C, is that a PC show? We are not doing that.
Oh, man. My extent into PC gaming is occasionally I'll throw on Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Exactly.
Lee built me this nice big PC, and now I'm just like, Roller Coaster Tycoon's good.
Roller Coaster Tycoon 3.
But I built it specifically for streaming and recording podcasts and video form, and it's just like, yeah, you can put a graphics card in there, and it's a pretty beefy gaming machine. I'm like, yeah, Roller Coaster Tycoon works fine.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. So
PC gaming! Woo!
Boo.
Update
What do
those
you
drivers, guys.
new Roller Coaster Tycoon game, except now it features a new cover system like Gears of War.
No.
Corey, would you buy it?
Well, yeah, of course I would.
No, you would not.
I've bought in every Roller Coaster Tycoon game.
They just buy House of the Dead overkill.
Oh man, that'd be cool though if like it was a third-person shooter, but you created the theme parks and it was like a third-person shooter that took place in abandoned theme parks, but you got to build the theme parks and like you could ride the rides if you really wanted to, but it was all about like getting through the level, like getting through the theme parks alive, kind of like Left 4 Dead. Oh my gosh, we just made a game.
No.
Yes!
Rapid fire. We're doing this shit. So we've got Roller Coaster Tycoon with the cover system. So we're gonna go down the list of ideas of shit that should have cover systems. 2D Mario Brothers with a cover system. Would you buy it?
No.
As long as I could pick up items like Super Mario Brothers 2. The
Done.
best Mario
Sold.
game. The best Mario
Traditional
game.
turn-based Japanese RPG with a cover system.
No.
Eddie, do you buy it?
No.
Corey, do you buy it?
Is the cover system in a menu somewhere? Do I have to say get into
I don't know,
cover?
maybe you're... Yes. And then your character hides behind the dialogue box.
You just
Yes!
you just talked about Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
Sold. Sold.
That's already been done.
God.
Kingdom Hearts 3 battle system cover system confirmed
No.
right
God.
here.
No.
7 remake cover
Need for
system.
Speed Racing with a cover system. Eddie, do you buy it?
No.
Did they already do that? Didn't that fail miserably for them? The run. I already bought it. Sold.
All right. Guitar Hero with a Gears of War cover system. Who's buying it?
Nobody.
Man.
People might play Gears of War with a Guitar Hero covers with a Guitar Hero guitar.
Oh.
Let's see, Guitar Hero. As long as they play More Than a Feeling, as I'm getting into cover.
No.
Done.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Do I get to choose an avatar? Can we import the Metallica, Aerosmith, and the Beatles characters into this game, and I can just be one of them?
Isn't that
Yep.
from like
Or do I-
that Generation X arcade game?
What?
Oh, Revolution X with
Revolution
Aerosmith.
X.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater with the cover system.
No. The last
Well-
Tony Hawk game was broken.
You have to play it with the board controller too.
Yes. And you could prop up you could prop up the board for a temporary cover. Sold.
Exactly. Wii Sports
Sold.
Resorts with the cover system.
I'm saying no to all of this, everybody. All you listeners and all you watchers out there, I'm saying no to all of this.
Hearthstone with a cover system.
That's
Oh,
a
man.
card battle game.
Yeah, exactly.
Sold. Throwing cards at people like Gambit from X-Men. Sold.
I'm gonna need you to get off the mic and go to bed.
Madden 2018 with a cover system.
Oh, jeez. Sold. No, because I'll probably just run into somebody and my character will fall over and not know what to do, just like every other Madden. Man,
This is failure at its
Now,
best.
if we want something with true global appeal, though, we have to play. We have to make it the world's game. So then we're talking about FIFA with a cover system.
No.
sold.
No.
Slide kick someone. When you slide kick someone, they lay on the ground and it's automatic
a big
cover.
soccer field. You just gonna throw junk all in there? You might as well just call it Mutant League Soccer and call it a day.
Sold. Mutant League Soccer with a
Play
cover
that.
system? Sold.
Fuck yeah!
Failure. No.
Let me ask you this question, though. Mutant League Soccer with a cover system, do I have a soccer ball shooting bazooka?
No.
Like the boot?
You may have a pistol that shoots green cards.
No.
Okay, sold.
No.
I think they're yellow cards, but
No.
No, you get a yellow
So-
card and then a green.
As long
and
as
then a
yellow
red
card
and
is-
then you get a green card, and then they're legal.
as long as as long as yellow card's not playing while I'm shooting yellow cards at people. Oh
This
my
is
gosh!
failure at its best. Just no.
I guess
I feel like we need to have a rapid fire section in every show from now on. I
No.
kind of love this.
Mega Man. I think Mega Man. I think if they did a 3D Mega Man, that a cover system would work in that game.
They did do a 3D Mega Man.
A good 3D Mega.
They did one of those. It's called Mega
Where
Man
was it?
Legends.
Oh, you mean the garbage game on PS1?
The one that everybody wants
Sure.
a sequel to. Well, actually, Mega Man Legends 2.
They got a sequel already. It was called Mega Man Legends 2.
Yeah.
They want the
played that
final
game. It
sequel
was
to that
garbage.
one.
The final sequel. Do-do-do-do.
How
Do-do-do-do-do.
How about a Kirby game where you play as King Dedede only with a cover system?
No.
And your
Well,
only
you-
only
Playing
weapon
as King Dedede.
is a
I don't
ham.
give a shit.
is a hammer.
No.
Love
Throwing hammers. That's your only weapon is throwing
No.
hammers at people with a cover system.
That doesn't
I'm
work.
so in.
You can upgrade your hammer.
That does
they
not
can
work.
explode. They can explode. They can have elemental damage. Sold.
That does not work. No.
King Dedede, since he's got that giant hammer, needs to be a new downloadable, unlockable character in Warhammer.
Nope. Got the perfect game. Pikmin with a cover system.
No.
Yeah.
That's a strategy game. You can't put a cover system in a strategy game.
Yes, you can. We just did.
Just did.
It does
How
not
you
work.
ask? Check out Pikmin 4 coming to the Nintendo Switch. Cover system confirmed.
That's
Right here. Shovel Knight with a cover system.
No.
Game all about jumping with a cover system.
This is all
YouTube
failure.
with a cover system.
Oh,
Protect
man.
yourself from the MCA strikes.
This is failure. This is all bad.
It's really regretting being on the show tonight. Nope. You know what? Pokemon with a cover system.
Yes.
Charizard takes cover behind a Blastoise. Yes.
Nope. I'm going to take it one step further. Fuck that shit. We're going to go hardcore down the garbage tube. We're going to go straight to Fossil Fighters with a cover system.
Let's get into
Make it
plugs.
Sold. You know what? I would love to play as a dinosaur. Oh, Killer Instinct with a cover system.
It's a fighting game. You can't do a
Yes.
Killer Instinct with a cover system with a fighting game. Really?
Yeah,
Why not?
absolutely.
These
You
are
can't-
our games,
No
Ed.
problem. Actually, to be fair, Ed, we've got a fighting game with a cover system. It's called Arms. You can hide behind cover and arms. It's a fighting game.
Not wrong. He's not wrong. Sorry.
I think we broke Eddie.
This is failure.
Wait a minute. I know what we need.
Nope. You know what? No. Gran Turismo with a cover system.
That's an atrocity.
Gran
Nope.
Turismo itself is an atrocity.
That
but
is true.
Let's add a cover
Million
system.
seller right here. Sells out instantly. Best-selling game of all time. Motherfucking Tuna Cycle with a cover system.
Yes. Yes. Oh, man. I just played that game the other day again. I like that game a lot. Like, I really do. I know Adrian is, like, on the show. But, like, you know, I really, truly do love that game. It's just it's so simple and fun and easy to wrap your mind around, and it's easy to burn, like, 5 to 10 minutes while you're sitting on break trying to eat some food, and you're just like, oh, okay, I'm going to try to beat my high score. I'm going to go to the right. Oh, I picked the girlfish this time. I'm going to go to the left. Switch it up a little.
That's right.
Switching it up.
Oh, God.
Tuna Cycle goes both ways. All right. No? Okay, I'm done.
No, it goes both ways. I'm just reminiscing about the fact that Adrian still hasn't developed that DLC that we talked about a year ago.
I'm waiting for a Switch port, Adrian. Waiting
Right.
for a Switch port.
It works, Ed. It works, Adrian. You know, the thing tilts. You can do that.
It's just not
My
talking anymore.
spaceship is tilty. I have the tilty spaceship controller.
This is
Ed's,
all
Ed's like,
convinced.
Ed's
This
just like,
For a
is
minute, I
all
wasn't convinced that Ed had
failures.
frozen.
I got it. I got
You've
it.
just got no imagination now, Eddie.
I got it. You ready for this?
Go for it.
Pac-Man with a cover system.
Done.
It did have one in a way.
It did kind of.
The that Lego one looking like diagonal one, and then there was one for Super Nintendo. It was like a 2D one.
Oh, Pac-Man 2? It was literally called Pac-Man 2 on Super
I think
Nintendo.
so.
And it was a platformer, and you could build like walls on the platforms to hide from the ghosts. That already exists. Dang it.
All right,
Wow.
so here's the new hit game for the holiday season. We're gonna have Monopoly with a cover system.
Take your headphones off and go to bed.
I think Ed's trying to tell us something. We're too slap happy to even podcast.
It's too good not to keep this shit going. I'm telling you that we need to turn this into a regular thing. We're gonna pick like one feature and just apply it to everything else.
Oh, I got it. I got it. Rockstar tables tennis with a cover system.
It's tennis.
Table tennis. Get it right, Ed.
That's right. That makes it even better. That absolutely makes it 100% better. Is that it's fucking ping pong with a cover system.
Let's get into plugs. I can't with this.
I plug my next game with a cover system.
Oh no.
Yoshi's Woolly World 2. The
With a cover system.
Corey, go and plug
I'm waiting
us.
to play Xavius with a cover system.
Corey,
R-Type with a cover system.
No.
Hell yeah. And no, we got to get R-Type final with a cover system because then we can hide behind the silhouettes of the people fucking in the background in the final stage.
Yes.
Corey, plug your stuff.
Oh man. All right. You can find behind cover at you can find me at Instagram at Corey and HD. You can find me on Twitter at Corey Hudson and HD. You can find me on NGRradio.com. You can find me on Arsenal X. You can find me on Nintendo Pal Block. And you can find some blogs and a vlog and my review of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild going up this week on NGRradio.com. And like, subscribe, and share to the YouTube because now World 1-1 has a video that you can watch.
That's
Right.
right. You can see us, hiding behind cover on video.
Are you ready for this, Larry? Are you ready for this?
Exactly my thought.
All of this is failure. You guys can find me on Twitter at that retro code. You can hear my podcast, Optional Opinion, on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, and other podcast apps, and also at the Anonymous Radio Network.podbean.com. I'm not looking at you guys. I'm closing my eyes because this is ridiculous. You guys can also find me on Nintendo Power Blog and Arsenal X on NGR Radio. Check out my latest blog on NGR Radio when hurt affects the culture. Check out my thoughts about that. You can also check out my writings at skirmishfrost.com. I do a series called The Moment, and check out Optional Opinion on IGN.com on Anime ENIME. I will be having some reviews going up Wednesday, so you guys will be able to check that out. Email World11Podcast at World11Podcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter at World1_1. And also a podcast I've got, and also hear us at World101Podcast@shoutengine.com.
Yeah, Eddie hit most of it. Find us at our home, as always, on shoutengine.com, on iTunes, on Google Play Music, now on YouTube, on the NGR Radio YouTube channel. Hit the like button on the Facebook page. Check out all the fun shit that we post. Check out ngrradio.com. And I don't know. I think that's it. Now it's just, Ronnie James Dio with a cover system.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, jeez.
and with that, everybody, we will see you next time on World 101 Podcast. Please don't be in the cover system.
You probably won't see us because we'll be in cover.
That's right. Bye, get the cover and get to the chopper.
Oh, bye, everybody. No! I caught what you just said, Larry, and no. Bye, everybody.
Send me a file, Eddie.